As animals migrate through the seasons as part of their life cycle, I too feel that traveling is part of my nature. Every new place is a breath of fresh air. Your destination isn't just new territory, it's a new way of thinking, seeing, appreciating, and loving.
4, 3, 2, go.
Good morning! How unfortunate that the clouds are battling the sun, but never let it dampen your mood.
Now, one of my travel necessities has to be the good old sarong. That's right. If you need to be getting in the water, but your changing room is pretty far away, instant little hider of all things private. So you gotta step into it, and of course, make sure you got a good bite on it. It's gonna be pretty embarrassing. There you have it. Ow. And you know what? The sarong's uses do not stop there, because you can also use it for
drying yourself off, or you can use it as sunblock protection. A sunblock protected ninja, that is.
Alamak! Ada orang lawas! Lee, what do I do? What do I do? You gotta teach me. Hey, wake up! Number 1.
Call for help.
Help!
No,
Quick!
30 times.
30? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mouth to mouth.
Mouth to mouth?
Off your breath.
Okay.
Pinch my nose.
Okay, pinching nose. And then? And then safety position, right? Yes. Okay, recovery position.
So clearly that wasn't a real scenario, but then Lee did run through with me the proper techniques for performing CPR. Use the Dr. CAB method, which stands for Danger, Rescue, Compression, Airway and Breathing. First, make sure the victim is out of danger's path, then immediately call for rescue. If the victim is not breathing, perform 30 chest compressions. Then, open the victim's airway using the head tilt, chin lift method. Now pinch the victim's nose and perform 2 rescue breaths. Once the victim is breathing, place him or her in the recovery position and then stay with them until help arrives.
So I came onto this island an uncertified diver, but now I'm officially a PADI open water diver. That is correct. So I'm ready to conquer the seas. We've got a bit of island hopping to do. We're going to Radang, but before that, we're going to stop off in Langtengah and check that little island out.
Although, I might not have been in such high spirits if I knew what was brewing ahead.
Now the sea over to Langtengah is crazy swelly. And the swell's going up to about 7 foot. We're on this tiny little boat. I'm pretty scared. Finally, oh my gosh. I felt like as if the island was getting further and further away, but we made it. It looks beautiful. And hopefully the weather will get better. Again, please. I love you, land. I love you.
Shortly after us, Dolphin Lee arrived with a bunch of divers, so we all checked into Radang Lang Island Resort, followed by a briefing about the resort's rules. Sometimes a storm hits us unexpectedly, and when faced with such turmoil, many would prefer to turn back and retreat. But stick it through, because only then you would see that the sun shines its brightest after a storm. And this day couldn't possibly be any more beautiful.
Open the door. Wake up. Everyone's sleeping. 8 o'clock, let's go. Just woke up, very tired. 8:30, isn't it? What time is it? 8. First time is 8:30. So I'm not going to shower. I'm going to bathe in the ocean. It's going to be one of my first leisure dives, so it's strictly fun today. Yeah, should be good.
Kids, you should never miss your breakfast because it's the food for champions.
So here we go, we're all set. I've got my gear on, everybody's just getting ready. A little bit cloudy, a little bit rainy, but a strong current, so we could be struggling against the current, but as you can see, everybody's raring to go.
I went out to sea hoping for the best, but definitely not expecting the worst.
Well, the experience was good, but visibility was terrible. Now it is absolutely pouring, so I'm warming up with a bit of hot noodle, as well as a hot coffee, a bit of donut, and just waiting out the rain. Hopefully it'll clear up, but I doubt it. It looks pretty heavy.
More awesomeness coming up next on Without Boundaries. I met one of the most charismatic dudes on this island. You're not so average Joe, but he needs more than that to beat me at the game pool.
Okay, alright. Come on, man. Take it away, big boy. Joe, how long have you been on the island for, mate?
12 years.
12 years?
Yeah, in Red Down. For this.
What made you come island hopping in the first place?
I like the natural life. You can see underwater.
Yeah.
No pressure. So relaxed.
You like to sit back, do
Yeah.
your scuba,
Yeah.
chill out with your friends.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna give it a spot.
You like diving?
Do I like diving?
Yeah.
I love diving, but we haven't had a chance to go diving yet together, right?
Can. I hope you can see a lot of things. I can bring you see a lot of things in underwater.
I'm waiting for that leopard shark. You promised me a leopard shark.
Can.
Yeah?
Anytime.
What's the draw to all of this for you?
I don't know how to say with you, but you can see all the city life, pipi papa, all the cars, people underwater. No more
Nothing.
stress.
Any horror stories?
This is not long time ago.
What is that?
This is moray ear fighting, and you can see my foot. This one.
Okay.
Okay.
Little scar.
Stingray. Yeah.
Pain?
You think it?
I think it was
You think it?
Poison? Is it poison?
Yeah.
You not go to the doctor?
No.
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 Sure. Champion Joe. I'm determined to get a 1 in at least, Joe. Boom.
Nice shot, man.
Boom.
After last night's conversation, I was left with an offer that I couldn't refuse.
Finally, we get to go diving together, huh?
Yeah. Today.
This Joe is such a joker. I bet he wins over the hearts of all the girls who come to Langtengah.
Diving is fun. Taking ratio not fun. Today our dive site is Kalanibo, number 2 on this match. Okay, so far this is famous dive site in Langtengah.
Here's a great little tip for all of you who are new to diving or scuba diving or even snorkeling. A little bit of toothpaste in your mask. Rub that in, and it should get rid of all the silicone. And now the silicone it makes it all go misty whilst you're underwater, so you don't have to keep clearing your mask, which is really helpful. So nice and clean like that, and then you just rinse it, and hey presto, you should have a really clear mask.
Whereby, easy to know. That one, you can see the monkey is Joe.
We were warned by Joe that there could possibly be a very strong current, so he advised us to swim in a zigzag pattern to avoid heavy fitting directly against the current. And the hunt begins. The currents were stronger than expected, so much so that our cameraman Jeff almost passed out from exhaustion. As we swam in a parallel row of 5, we heard it, the clinking of a dive master's tank, the alarm call. There he is, the sneaky fella. After almost half an hour of battling the current, we finally found him. Now, I know that jaws ruin the reputation of all sharks, but the leopard shark still looks like a friendly giant. Now, what a gorgeous and graceful creature it is.
Malaysia.
He kept his promise. We saw the leopard shark. It was huge. 6 foot. It's just lying there on the sea bottom. And then we hear it ding, ding, ding. Well, I was like, oh, there must be some good news. That's it. Huge. It's longer than me.
Twice.
Yeah. But oh my God, it's so beautiful when it swims away. Just this longest tail. Kept your promise, man. I'm so happy. Thank you so much. All right, Joe?
Thank you.
Long tail, guys. Look for Joe.
Okay, thank you.
Seeing that today was our last day here, I simply had to take some shots of this beautiful island.
Guys, check this camera out. It's one of my favorites. And you know why? It's because it is full manual control. It's like a digital SLR, but in a compact case. Now, all the ISO settings are right on top, really easy to use. The best feature, wait for this. It's a multi-vari-angle LCD screen. So you can grab those really high-reach shots or that low composition whenever you need it. This is the camera for you.
It also features a new electronic level function that helps users ensure that the camera is aligned, working in either horizontal or vertical orientation.
And another thing that's great about this camera is that there's a waterproof casing available. Now, you slot it right in there, tighten that little hatch right there, and you combine that with HD recording and you're going to get some amazing underwater shots.
Hey, thank you very much.
Bye.
See you later. Off to Redang we go. So back on the boat we went. A much calmer boat ride this time, thank gosh. But some 30 minutes later, we arrived on the shores of Redang Island and headed to Redang Pelangi Resort. This timber-based structure greeted us with the friendliest of staff and really comfy rooms. And since it's inclusive of all meals, we never had to worry about a thing.
So we reached our third and final island of Terengganu. It's in the northeast of Malaysia. It is Redang. Now we traveled to Perhentian, Langtengah. We finally got over here to these beautiful white beaches. There are two amazing little coves here. There's white beaches, like I said, beautiful crystal clear water. So I'm sure there's a lot to be done here in Redang. Let's find out what we can get up to.
There's an unexplainable excitement about deciding what to do with the constant arrival of the gigantic waves. Do I dive into it? Do I leap over it? Do I ride it? Plus, there's a comfort in knowing that with every crashing wave, we are only brought closer to the shore. More mind-blowing beauty coming up next on Without Boundaries. Waking up to a sunny, breezy day on the beach can only put you in a good mood. My only thought whenever I'm going to be entering the ocean is, ooh, I hope I see that whale shark that I've been dreaming of. And since we're going to a marine park where the water's looking so blue, I'm pretty sure there would be some awesome stuff to see.
Redang has to be one of the most popular islands in Malaysia because of its turquoise waters, because of its almost stunning archipelago of islands. Now, you match that up with the fantastic marine park you have here, and all the eco-lovers, any of the adventurers, they all welcome here and they have a great time.
But before I get soaked in nature's sea salts and discover why hordes of people come here to snorkel, I shall see what they have on land first. On the Marine Park Island itself, it's got this fantastic information center, which gives you pretty much all the information about the wildlife that you find around the archipelago. So there's even a big whale shark over there. They're giving you loads of information on the turtles, barracuda, even the mangrove swamps around here. Beautiful Bangkok. Beautiful Bangkok. All right.
Now, everybody loves a bit of ocean. Everybody loves going in, you know, splashing about, even going under the water, doing a bit of snorkeling, doing a bit of scuba. Well, you have to be environmentally conscious as well. It's simple as choosing the right sunscreen. Now, some manufactured sunscreens can be really damaging to not only the coral, not only to the wildlife, but pretty much the environment in general. So when you choose yours, make sure it's either biodegradable or natural. Because it's a marine park, there is no boats allowed to anchor right close to the reef. So the reefs are really protected, which means loads of fishes. So I'm going to head out over there and see what I can see.
And I can see some white pomfrets, which are your ikan bawal, by the way, if you didn't know. A lot of other little fishes. Oh my god, it's a huge eel.
Desperation gratifies, ringing bells, I'd probably say forget your death, live for today.
Okay, even if you got some itchy fingers like me, make sure you don't actually touch anything underwater. Unless it's rubbish, of course. Which one of you little bugs left this here, huh? Stop being so irresponsible. So I thought that one eel back there was bad. Well, now there are two of them. Now with looks like that, no wonder they get roles like Ursula's evil minions and Little Mermaid. Despite looking like snakes with massive jaws, by the way, moray eels are actually fish. They have one long fin that extends from head to the tail. Although they aren't aggressive creatures and will only attack when threatened, I'm not going to be testing my luck anytime soon, so I'm out of here, buddy. Suddenly feeling raindrops pitter-pattering against your skin isn't exactly the happiest moment whilst you're at the beach. But it's in these moments that you end up doing things you wouldn't usually be doing.
So we found one of the local fishermen, and we saw him sort of in the scuba dive center, you know, fiddling about with these young coconut leaves. And turns out, I'm going to leave it to a surprise, but he can fashion a bit of origami from them. So we're about to learn exactly what I'm going to make in a sec or during.
We made friends with a friendly old chap called Penuh, and we found out that he was actually one of the first guys on Redang Island, way before any tourism work was done to this place. Now, he had an interesting little talent he wanted to teach me. After Penuh completed his first grasshopper with ease, I started on mine with much confusion. Even Jeff managed to finish his first, whilst I still ended up putting random knots into it.
Slowly coming alive. Finally, I don't think I've mastered it, but we managed to shape some sort of little cricket out of it. But I don't know how he does it. It's just so quickly. He's just so nimble with his fingers.
Now Penuh was probably thinking, what a silly little orang-puteh. But after much perseverance, I finally did it, legs and all.
Yeah, little grasshopper! Ta-da! Beechcraft 101, right here on Without Boundaries.
So, thanks to the rain, I ended up making a new friend and picking up a new trade. Off I go to meet someone who's very, very, very passionate about what she does. Her name is Juanita, and she saves lives.
Now I'm a firm believer that animals need as much help as humans do to coexist. So it's places like this, the turtle sanctuary called Cagar Hutang, which is pretty much on the northern coast of Redang Island. Now, it's a very isolated place. No tourists are allowed here because it is the designated spot for turtles to land and lay their eggs. So I'm going to be helping out tonight. You'll be seeing me sort of collect maybe some eggs, to sort through them, and we'll be doing some tagging of turtles. So pretty much, let's go save some turtles.
The works of this sea turtle research unit of University Malaysia Terengganu began in 1984.
Now I see everybody hard at work over there, and those guys are the volunteers.
Yes.
I mean, what can the people out there do to help out?
We have this very special program.
Yeah.
We call it Sea Turtle Volunteer Program. So what happened? Every Saturday, new batch of volunteer, which will be the public, they come to our beach, they stay for 7 days, and they will do whatever we do. So during daytime, what they're going to do, they're going to monitor all these nests under incubation because they are predators, natural predators, and as well as we are guarding this beach from poachers.
Have you ever had any sort of scary moments where people have come over, like pirates?
So far, no. We are quite safe here. No
Quite
pirates
safe.
and
That's good. That's lucky. See, they're all getting busy whilst we're chit-chatting, so let's go over and help them out, huh?
It isn't advised for humans to touch the eggs, but unfortunately this turtle nest has been attacked by ants, so it needed to be relocated.
You want to try?
Can try lah if you.
No.
Mizi, boleh bagi dia try lah.
Sure?
You want?
I don't want to break any.
Now, thanks to Sea-True, over 350,000 hatchlings have been released into the oceans.
Wow, it's pretty deep, huh? The shells are really soft. Very delicate, huh? They're almost like little sort of pockets of water. Don't worry, they won't break. You say that now, I've got fumbly fingers. You know what? I'm going to leave it to the professionals because I know it. I played my part.
Sadly, very few states in Malaysia have laws protecting our turtle eggs. The night process is extremely long, with a lot of waiting. But for every turtle that comes up to lay her eggs, she is measured to estimate their growth rates. This process is followed by tagging the turtles with a chip to monitor the yearly population fluctuations, study their reproductive and nesting behavior, plus determine the success of their relocated nests. They also visually examine for scars, injuries, and diseases.
So these are the barnacles that they're actually taking off the turtle. I mean, these can do more harm than any good. So whilst they're on shore, they'll scrape them from the bottom and some from the top, just to sort of preserve its shell.
I feel so tired just by looking at the turtle laying her eggs and covering them in sand. It's such a long process, and the idea of these eggs being eaten or attacked is simply heartbreaking. The saddest thing about the close extinction of animals is that their cry for help is never physically heard. So let us be aware of our surroundings to reach out and prolong the existence of their very beautiful lives. Next week on Without Boundaries.
Shit.